Okay, sorry gents. Hopefully this will be a much better stream than earlier. I'm not sure, please let me know. I am trying to give you the most or the best quality as possible. Right, what's this? Take number 3 or 4. And hopefully we will be having a smoother stream here than the previous ones. I did downscale my output, so instead of 2K it will be normal 1080p stream for now on until the race ends. And hopefully that will be a smoother stream for you guys. Right, Weeze's Don Rebecca with the 111.8. Weeze with a 111.9. Quibus with a 111.9 as well. Storming with a 112.11. Stoking Eye fastest sector 2. But let me try and get this up for everybody. Where is my mouse now? Right, so let's do Weeze. Let's do Quibus. Where is Quibus? He is on track. And I'm going to try and give you the best info as possible. There's Quibus. Of course, then, who is the next competitor here? Level 7. Let's jump on board level 7. That's also a possibility. So there you guys can see what the sector times can be. So hopefully everybody should be fine. Right, I just received a message now that roughly cost for the DLC is 550 for consoles and 460 for PCs. So guys, bear in mind that's the price for the 2026. That's approximately, it's not the right price there. It can change. There might be an opening special, I don't know. Maybe you can get it for much cheaper somewhere between EA and Steam. Just keep an eye out on that. Like I said, the 3rd of June, the launch of the 2026 DLC. Right, Apex Weeze with a 111.6 went faster than Soaking and Don Rebecca. I see Quibus. Let's jump on board Quibus. Quibus, where is he? He's 4. So let's take him off there. Quibus with a 111.9. Will he improve on his time? He's got a personal best sector 1 and 2. Let's have a look what the final turn. New Holland turned, of course. What will his time be? It will be a 111.8. He will not improve on his position, but he improves on his time. So let's jump on board Storming. Storming looks like he invalidated. Let's just take that off and right, let's jump on board Storming and we do a lap with him. Right, let's see what the personal best sector 1 and 2 will be as it goes slowly out of that turn 3. It feels like eternity when you're in that corner. Turn 4, of course, Repsol corner. Going all the way to turn 5, slow the car down into seat. Going downhill to turn 7, if I remember correctly, 6 and 7. A quick left-hander, left and right going uphill. Keep it flat as possible here, lift it just a little bit, go all the way down, wing open. And brake as late as possible for this turn 10. Followed by turn 11, turn 12. Just a quick brake, full throttle all the way, lift a little bit on turn 13. Well, Storming doesn't. Turn 14, get down into New Holland and over the start, finish straight. What does Storming do? A 111.8. Well done, what a time. So Apex, Weeze, Soaking Eye, Storming and Don Rebecca. Where's Don? Let's see what Don is doing. He is finishing with a hot lap here. Where does Don end? 1:11.4. Oh, Wheeze, Don, Wheeze, Soaking Eye, Storming, and Kubus, all 5 of them in the 1:11s. Yo. Thank you, Spikes. Happy to see that the stream is running perfect now. So hopefully it will stay for the rest of the stream like that. People taking out boards. Lovely stuff. I've missed that. Wheeze. Alright, let's jump on board Scully. I think Scully is busy with a... looks like a hot lap. So, of course, turn 1. Hopefully that Alpine won't impede this time. Doesn't look like it. Rear wing closed. Coast into Renault corner. Full lift and try to get through turn 3 as smooth as possible. Going to Repsol corner, of course. Brake as late as possible to get as much momentum out of Repsol corner. The same with Seat corner as well. Turn 5, of course. Going downhill to turn 6 and 7. Left and right hander. After that, the uphill to turn 9. Campser, of course. All the way down to turn 10. Brake as late as possible for this left-hand turn. One day I will try and figure out how to pronounce that corner's name. Turn 11. Of course, into turn 12. Short burst of throttle. Lift a little bit on that corner. Full throttle to through New Holland. And all the way down to the start-finish straight. And Scully does a 1:12.3. Improves on his time, but not his position. Right, Wheeze is back out. So let's see what the Red Bull can do for us here. Will he improve on Don Rubico's time of a 1:11.4 and improving his 1:11.6? 3 minutes 30 seconds still to go. Hopefully these guys can bring up a banger of a laps. Let's see if there's a possibility of a 1:11.3 to 1:11.3 or a 1:11.2. Let's see if we've got it in him to do that type of time. Personal best sector 1. So he's not improving on his previous lap, or his previous lap. Oh, he got a tail whip there and he lost it. That's the end of Wheeze. Right there, let's see who that Alpine was. I think that was Soaking. No, Soaking's in the pits. Who's the other? It's P14. Let's see what Destroyer will put on for us. Right, turn 13, of course, going downhill to turn 14. Try not to lift. Go through full throttle through New Holland. And Destroyer does a... he improves a little bit on his time, but not his position. I see Don just went out. We'll keep an eye on him. Quasimodo there with a 1:17.8, of course. Let's see if he's on a hot lap. Looks like he's still busy with an out lap. And hopefully he will try and improve on his time. So let's see, Don is in P1. So let's bring on Don's time just to give you guys an idea what time difference it will be. So Quasimodo, first sector time to beat Don needs to be at 21.2. So let's see what he will do in this first sector. Coming up to turn 1 and 2, of course, Renault corner, T3, and all the way down to the Repsol corner. 1 minute 20 seconds still left. Improves on his personal best time, 16th off Don Rubico's time. The next sector, Don was a 50.09. So let's see what Quasimodo will do on this second sector for us. Don just started with his hot lap now. So we'll jump on board with him as soon as Quasimodo has finished with his lap. Of course, ignore the yellow flags. There's just the drivers getting out of the way for the guys that's on a hot lap. Improves on his sector time, 1.5 seconds off Don's time. So he's definitely not improving, and you can clearly see there Don also struggling a bit. His sector time, first sector time, is not a hot one. But let's keep an eye on Quasimodo quickly. Let's see where he will end up with this lap. 1:13.6. Almost exact time as what Franz Herman has as a 1:13.687. And Quasimodo to the 1:13.681. Right, jumping aboard Don. Of course, Don, our current Season 7 champion. Malumi Jonas, Sector 1. Oh my word, I need to get his time on just to check. Give you sort of an idea of what's going on with Malumi Jonas. No, let's jump on board Malumi quickly. Right, Malumi beat Sector 1 of Don. So let's see what Malumi will do for us. Oh no, Sector 2, personal best again. Purple sector, not a personal. Here we go. Malumi Jonas, P1. Is it a possibility for him? Turn 13, going to turn 14. Let's have a look. Will he kick Wheeze off P1 position? And he does. He kicks Don and Wheeze both off P1 and 2. Well done, Malumi Jonas. So let's see who's still out on track. Franz Herman there. I see he's still on track. No, he goes back into the pits. Right, so I think that will be our grid for tonight. So let's see if this will activate as soon as the last car stops. Right, Malumi Jonas, 1:11.3. Don Rebecca with a 1:11.4. Apex Wheeze with a 1:11.5. Soaking Eye, 1:11.8. Storming there with a 1:11.8 as well. Corbus with a 1:11.8. Kataya Libby, he's been quiet. 1:12 flat. And yeah. Let's see what will happen with the main race. Can't wait for that. That is going to be an epic race. Visible. Ooh, that is very, very small. I'm not going to even show that. Let's put that off. And that's... Get all these extra overlays off. So you can have a nice view. Of what the current situation is. There we go. Malumi, Don Rebecca, Wheeze, Soaking Eye, Stormy Thunder, Corbus, Libby, and Distraction. Unfortunately, I've just missed the rest of the guys there, trying to sort out some overlays for you guys. So everybody, welcome to the live stream, of course, brought to you by Racer Race Sim Racing. Of course, the man figured out this afternoon what was going on with all the overlays. He rectified, he corrected, and he sent it out to all our beta users, trying to bring him his type of stuff to the people out there. So he fixed it. It should not be that I have to restart all my overlays again. So hopefully, let's cross fingers that it doesn't have to go to that I need to restart everything. So yeah, so unfortunately Clinton not here tonight due to family responsibility. He will be back next week. He DM'd me and said, listen bro, unfortunately I can't make tonight. Will I keep the people entertained? And I said, of course my man, I will entertain you guys for the rest of the evening. So yeah, Wheeze, what's your take on the 2026 DLC? Please, guys, Give me your input, not only Weez, but everybody that's watching on the live stream. What do you think? Will it be a success? Will it be a disaster? Personally, I think it's going to be a bit of a headache at the beginning or in the beginning, but surely they will improve it during the time with a few updates that will come out with this DLC later on. Because, like we all know, EA will be EA, but it's been handed over to the Arabs, and as Spikes mentioned it, I just said it. Looks like it's going to be a grind. Well, it looks like it. And hopefully the guys will really enjoy it and start coming back to the F1 series. But we'll keep an eye on that and see what the guys will do with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a look quickly what is going on Discord. Doesn't look like, oh, I'm in the wrong chat. That's why nothing is going on. There we go. Big thanks to the guys taking out breaking balls. Oh, that was your comment from earlier, Weez. I assume that somebody took it out to get rid of your breaking point marker. But knowing you, Big T, Don Rubico, all these guys in Tier 1, you guys don't need break markers. You've got your own break marker in your head. You know exactly where to break. So yeah. Stoking Eye, how's it, buddy? It looks like you're a guy that can multitask. You can study, you can race, and you can type on the YouTube here. So that's a man that can multitask. Ladies, so if you want a man, get a guy like Soaking Eye. Apparently he can multitask. Just kidding, Soaking. Just kidding. So yeah, let's do this. I've missed the starting time, 2040. Okay. The 2040, 3 minutes from now, with this will be the official starting time. Ooh, that overlays is so stretchy there. Let me just try and fix it quickly. I won't get hold of the rest of the stuff, but hopefully that will work for now. So yeah, guys, sorry, I do apologize for the earlier streams. Due to the fact, unfortunately, I did try something new and it didn't work. I think my speed is not a good thing for this, but I'm not sure. Hopefully that will be sorted when Clifton is back with his 1 gig line, where my 500 meg line is not capable of doing it. It looks like, or 50 meg line, sorry. Call it what you will. At least you guys have a show to watch tonight. So yeah. Multitasking is a bit much. I can't even do that. Dude, some man can, some man can't. That's all I'm saying. Where is my... That's what I'm looking for. Open web browser. And I can communicate with you people. Right, so... Predictions, guys. What's your predictions for tonight? Will Don win this tonight? Will Malumi Jonas say, no, brother, I'm taking this one away from you? Or will we throw a spanner in the works there and says, stuff you two both, stuff you both, I'm gonna take it tonight and I am surely gonna win it. I don't know where Big T is. I think he said he was busy with work stuff, so unfortunately he's not in tonight. Some kind of project he needs to do for his company or somebody. I've got no idea. Yep, so everybody knows solo queuing on a chat is not always very nice. You get quite bored sometimes. I know the guys also really would like some... Come on, why does this overlay not working now? Please don't tell me I've lost everything again. Doesn't look like it. That's picking up. Right, it looks like we're on board. We are ready for the formation lap. I just need to do some switches here. Live stream over to that. And hopefully that will work. And let me bring my overlays back on for everybody. Let's go to intervals. That will be used a bit later. So let's go through the circuit quickly. Circuit info a bit. There you go. The 14 turns on this track. You've about 75% full throttle. Top speed, you're looking at about 324 kilometers an hour, 201 miles per hour for our American and abroad viewers. Downforce, you're looking at a medium downforce on your car, depending how you set up. A lot of the guys will go rather for a more straight line speed than a more cornering speed downforce type of thing. Your tire wear is on a medium type of tire wear. I know on Monday nights some of the guys did do a soft compound run, because there you guys can see the soft tire apparently can go to at least lap 9 to 11. Then you'll need to start thinking about replacing it. We all know it doesn't work like that, but yeah, apparently you can. Of course, after that, your medium you can go at about 13 laps. So one stoppers are on the cards here for tonight. Tire delta, you're looking at about 7/10 faster than the medium. The medium compound is more even, and the harder compound you're about 7/10 slower. If there's rain, but I don't think there will be rain. Talking about rain, let's bring up the weather pattern for you guys. Of course, there are light clouds all the way through. I think there is no rain for us. So let's have a lekker race, boys, and we'll jump on board. Let's say P6, of course, all as tradition. Let's switch off the leaderboard there. Let's get the weather off, and let's just enjoy this race. 4 lights, 5 lights, and away tier 1 goes. Right, oh, we've got a flippin' red. What's this? A car that took off, that went off track. I'm not sure who that was. Going to turn 1. The guys are sort of keeping it clean there. It looks like everybody went through. I'm just not sure who that guy is in the back. Let's have a look quickly. Getaye Libby started all the way from at the back. I don't know why he pulled off track, but hopefully he will give us some clarification later on his decision on why he has done that. I see a McLaren there on the side, a little bit slow out of that corner. Malumi Jonas, of course, let's jump on board with him. Let's see who's behind him. Don and Weeze. Let's jump onto Don and Weeze as they chase down Malumi Jonas. Oh, the guys are going wide on that corner. I'm lucky there's no warnings there for them for some reason. So let's bring up the turns. Turn 12, of course. Malumi Jonas has been overtaken by Don. So let's see what Malumas will do. Will he try and catch Don Rubico? But with Weeze chasing him hard, Don putting up the fastest lap. That will change during the second lap. See, Jonas is trying to break that that slipstream from Weeze. Don is keeping his nose clean. He's trying to outdrive them with 5/10. Hopefully we can outrun them, but the guys will start saving up battery. Don, Jonas, the guys will change it. We'll keep on changing. during the night. So in a lap or two, I will go through you guys with the race story just to see what and where the guys are currently. So let's have a look at the gain and losses quickly. So Don and Jonas have changed places that you saw on the live stream. 3 Destroyer with the most gains here. It looks like he's about 3 cars up from his starting position. And yeah, lots of guys on the mediums, 2 guys on the softs. And the biggest loser, of course, Khataya Lebi with 11 positions lost. No warnings, I can't believe that. But the tire is still brand new. Fastest lap, Malumi Jonas with a 1:15.3. And keep an eye on him, that will change during the night. Of course, you see there, Malumi overtaking Don Rubico. And already 2 warnings I see there kept popping up. Malumi and Weeze will be busy tonight with Don Rubico as well. My nerves. Of course, Marlies, everybody's nerves will be on. Let's bring the track map back on for you guys. So let's have a nice race. Sit back, relax. I think all the butterflies are now out. Oh, we've got a retiree gunner. DRS safety car. Safety car. Safety car. Oh my word. All the strats has been thrown out the window and a new strat needs to be made. But the tires are still brand new. It's only left 3 out of 33. The guys won't go into the pits now. I can guarantee you that. Except if you get one guy that's decided he's going to change his strat and go hard compound. But we'll keep an eye on that and see who that will be. But I doubt that somebody will go into the pits. Except maybe Gunner, but unfortunately Gunner is out. So while we're at it, we've got a bit of time now, so let's bring up the race story for you guys. Of course, you guys can see there, Malumi Jonas there, started P1, current position P1. Of course, let's see if our predictions are correct with the safety car. Is it a Mercedes or is it the Aston Martin? My overlay says it's the Aston Martin, but clearly the car is a Mercedes. Right. Ooh, what's going on with my keyboard? Don Rubico started in P2, current position P2. Mr. Weeze there started in P3, current position P3. Soaking Eye started in P4, so the top 4 currently are still the same as they started. Let's see, Corbus started in P6, gained 1 position, currently position P5. Distraction started in P8, current position P6. Gained another 2 positions there. Stormgo started in P5, had dropped down to P7. Level 7 started in P10, went 2 positions up to P8. Mr. Glitch there started in P11, current position P9. Skilly started in P9, current position P10. He dropped 1 position. Mauriel Black started in P12, current position P11. Quacha started in P13, current position P12. Destroyer started in P17, current position is P13. Kataya Levy started in P7, current position P14. And I would really like to know what he tried there by pulling off the track at the start. Moosnam started in P15, current position P15. Kazimoto started in P18, current position P16. Last but not least, Franz Herman Started in P16, current position is P17. Jumping back on board, our leader, Malumi Jonas. Interesting. Why? I just want to check Don quickly. Oh, Don is still there. Okay, cool. Just to checking why I'm not picking up his battery, but eventually came through. Interesting. We go into P1. Don Rubico's battery does not show here. That's interesting, but as soon as I go to P2, it shows. Ay. Right, here we go. Malumi Jonas there. Let's see quickly what distance behind is. Unfortunately, I can't see what distance behind is, and that's very weird. We just took the inside line from Don. Oh, that's an interesting overtake there. Battle for second position. Don Rubico is slower in corner 2. Oh, this battle for 1, 2, and 3 is epic. And don't throw the likes of Soaking Eye out as well, because he's sitting there in the back just idling along, waiting for someone to make a mistake, and he'll pounce on that as he runs wide there, as I mentioned it. Malumi Jonas, fastest sector 2, 30.3. Right, Apex Wheeze. Malumi Jonas with a 1:15.1. Of course, you can see the power of the DRS. Of course, the Don just overtake Wheeze on that start-finish straight. Of course, a little bit of battery usage as well with the rear wing that open. Makes a huge difference on your car's performance. So he's currently on the medium, 6 laps old on those tires. Let's go over to the live speed there just to give you sort of an idea what the speed differences is. Going uphill there, turn 7 and 8. Of course to turn 9, Campsa turn of course. Full throttle all the way down to turn 10. Try and brake as late as possible. Get a little bit, at least 2/10 advantage of the guy in front of you. But if you overcook it, then of course your car will start slipping forward. Get a little bit of oversteering. Soaking Eyes looking for something here. I just saw him there at the back looking past Wheeze there. Let's go a bit to the mid-pack here. Let's have a look. Where's a nice battle brewing? So it looks like P5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's jump on board Quibus. Let's have a look at this battle for a moment or two. These guys are battling for P5. Chat still needs to come into play. Oop, I just need to change this. Live speed behind. So Quibus, Distraction, Storming, and Level 7, all 4 of them in a DRS train trying to battle for that position. Ataya Levy with the penalty. Let's have a look what the penalty situation is. I think he's got a 3-second penalty. There we go. Warnings for Wheeze and Distraction and Mauri all black. It looks like Quibus is starting to break this DRS from distraction there. That gives Storming the opportunity to overtake him and start chasing down Kobus. Firewear currently Malumi Jonas 24-28 on the medium, so around, let's say, about now-ish, or in a lap of 3 or 4, depending on how the driver looked after that tire. These guys will start to come into the pits. So Malumi Jonas 25-30, John Rebecca on 23-28, Apex Wheeze 26-29. Of course, Wheeze finally received his penalty, 24-29 for Soaking Eye. Kobus sitting on 27-26. He's looking after these tires. Soaking there right behind him with the 21-24. Chris Jackson 22 and 30%. Level 7 23-23. Scully with a 21-23. Glitch, sorry, my mistake, with a 31-27. Where am I now? P10 17 and 20. Khataya looks like he just went into the pits and set a new set of tires. Destroyer sitting on 19 and 23. Quacha 21-25. Moose Nam 11 and 13. Quasimodo 11 and 12. France Herman 14 and 13. Chris Jackson 23 and 33. Whew, what a mouthful. I just want to see what penalties there is. No, that one. 3 seconds for Khataya and 3 seconds for Wheeze. Right, let's jump on board Malumi Jonas quickly. 16th behind Malumi is Don, chasing him down. Behind John, it is Don. It is Wheeze, Soaking Eye right behind them with a 1.5 second gap. Behind Soaking is Kobus with a 2.3, and that battle for P5 and 6. I see they dropped a bit for level 7 there with 2.6 seconds of gap. Glitch goes into the pits. He is probably going to set a new set of hards. And let's get this tire life off. Let's see what the speed trap says. The faster driver so far is level 7, 345 kilometers an hour, followed by Glitch with 344, and Malumi Jonas there with a 343. So Malumi, you can clearly see the clean air, while Glitch and level 7 has got some air that they have to work with, or slipstream, let's call it slipstream air, but that's the correct term, to get into the faster speed trap. Let's bring that up. Right, pit stop window is about lap 11 to 16, depending on what tire compound you're on. So let's see when these guys will come in for the mandatory pit stop. Oh, nice battle here for Don Rebecca and Malumi Jonas there. Don took the inside line and... oh, that's the outside. Was the outside line and got the inside line for turn 2. The question is, what will Malumi Jonas do? Will he respond? Because he's got Wheeze sitting on his tail, on his exhaust pipe here, trying to get past him to get after Don. Interesting battle, of course. This... sorry, I just heard my inverter shouting, so that means our power went down. So, of course, this overlay, or this halo you guys see, is part of the new 2026 DLC overlays as well. that Racer has provided us with. Of course, they clearly brake, recharge, and deploy on the left and right hand side with active aero. It won't be active now, but it will be active as soon as the 2026 DLC is launched. That car's screaming in my ears, so I just decided to get off it. Malumi Jonas, Don Rubico, Wheeze with a 3-second penalty. Stoking Eye, 3.6 seconds, being chased down by Storming Thunder. And let's jump on board them for a moment here. Stoking, of course, Alpine, Kicksauber, or the John Deere tracker, like I call them. Kicksauber, Storming Thunderhead, and P5. Corvus followed by Storming there, and P6 trying to chase him down with a 1.4 second gap. I see level 7 and Scully looks like is also having a little bit of a battle there with Mauri, Geteye, Quagga. So yeah, it was Quagga, but Quagga seemed to be losing time here. So Destroyer, Mauri, Geteye, that's also in a nice battle there. I'll get to that battle in a moment. I just want to see what's brewing with this little battle here. So not that one, that one. So Storming is in with striking distance of Storming Eye. So it's battle for fourth. What's it? 1.2, 1.1 gap. So yeah, there is a possibility that Storming can try and catch him here, but unfortunately he lost the DRS on Soaking. But if Storming can drive a little bit quicker, I'm sure he can be within 1 second with this of Soaking Eye. Of course, the new rule states there's certain places on the track that you can use both the wings with the new 2026 DLC. Active aero, as they call it. And if you within 1 second in a certain area got an extra amount of battery usage that you can use to overtake the leading car or the car you are following. Something about kilowatts, gigawatts, or I don't know. I'm not the type of technical guy, but the guys that's got electronic background, please give us a bit of info on what that is. Osman, how's it, buddy? Welcome on the live stream. Spikes, Wheeze, Soaking Eye, of course, there are usual listeners, and Marilise there, of course, a loyal viewer, or one of our loyal viewers. Of course, guys, also that's not chatting in the live chat, of course, all our other loyal viewers, welcome. Of course, tonight I'm all by myself. Clinton, unfortunately, has some family responsibilities that he had to take care of, but he'll be back next week, same time, same place, or next event. I think that will be in US of A, Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Ooh, the cars went through each other there. Right, let's see how long it takes a pit stop. I think on Monday night it was about 23 seconds. Depending on where you come out. Surely that was wrong. Not 10 seconds. I think the overlays missed some data there. But yeah, right. Soaking Eye P12. Let's jump on board. Who are we going to watch? Let's jump on board. Moose Nom. Moose Nom. Of course, Moose Nom there in the red Ferrari. I think he's a reserve driver for us. For Tier 1 with his partner there, Quibus. That's in the other Ferrari, currently in P3 position. Oh, I've got another retiree. Who was it? Distraction. Not sure where he is, and looks like I've lost the check map for some reason. Well, that's interesting. Let me just try and reboot it quickly. Nope, it looks like I've lost the check map, so I'm gonna take that off so it doesn't bother even anybody. Right, where's their P1? Oh, I just saw something fly. I think it was an end plate of somebody. So let's have a look quickly on what the car info says. Who has lost an end plate there? Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to be the bearer of bad news, but my overlay is frozen up. Ay, ay, ay. I thought this problem was resolved. Guys, please excuse me. I need to do this quickly. I need to shut down Streamlabs quickly. So let's get back to the old overlays while I'll quickly restart these other overlays for us. So let's see, Don Rubico currently P1, Malumi Jonas P2. Apex Wheeze P3. Sorry everybody, I quickly want to restart this sim up quickly. It's been giving me so much hassle these last few races. I don't know what's going on. Ay, ay, ay. It never rains but it pours. Right, let's give those overlays a minute or two just to render. And I'll quickly switch off all the extra overlays for us. 3-second time penalty for Quagga. Multiple warnings. Right, let's jump. Take that off, take that off. Ay, ay, ay. Wish we can sort this problem out. Right, there we go. We're back live with all the overlays. Let's hopefully it will stay to the end. Let's cross fingers and hope and pray it does. I see there's some guys with a few new penalties here quickly. So Wheeze putting on 3 seconds. Getaye Libby 3 seconds. Mauri All Black. Sorry Malumi, not you. Maori All Black sitting on 3 seconds. Kwak sitting on 3 seconds. And this three-way battle is starting to heat up between Malumi, Don Rabiko, and Wheeze. Right, let's look at what the tire ages is. So, Malumi, Jonah sitting on 3 laps on those hard tires. I think it's going to go to 4 now. Don, Wheeze, and Soaking Eye will... well, Don and Wheeze are sitting on 5 laps, where Soaking Eye is sitting on 5 as well now. Storming sitting on 4. Moosnam, 17 laps on those hards. Quibus on 4 laps on the hards. Quasimodo 17. Level 7.5. Skilly 4. Glitch is sitting on 0. I think he went in for a new set of tires. Maori Black 4. Quagga 4. Franz Herman 2. Distraction and Gunner. Both of them are out. So, let's go where? Let's go to... let's see what the tire wears are currently. That will give some an idea of what's going on. So, tire wears 11 and 13%, 13 and 14 for Don Rabiko. Apex Wheeze is sitting on 15 and 15. Storming is sitting on 10 and 11. Soaking Eye, 11 and 14, sorry. Moosnam and Quasimodo basically similar on 39 and 46. Kubis on 11 and 10. Level 7 on 13. Skilly 9 and 10. Destroyer 9 and 11. Pataya, Levy. Don't think not sure why we're not picking up. Let's just bring up his battery quickly. I just want to see. Yeah, we're not picking up his telemetries again. So I'll need to have a talk with Pataya Levy. Of course, we have a rule for that. Your telemetries should be on. And with speaking about the rules, there is some new rules that has came into play with immediate effect for all 3 tiers. Number 1 is if there's an accident, let's say just after qualification, we all get that 5-minute break. Within that 5-minute break, in the first minute for tier 1, they've got a minute. If somebody readies up within that first minute, then we can restart the lobby. The rest of the 4 minutes that's still left, if somebody then readies up early, that driver, even if it's in with the first minute, and the driver after that, if it's past that safety zone or safety time, they will get a qualification ban for the next race. So, like, who was it? Big T last week. That was before this new rule came in. Unfortunately, the rule just stated if you're ready up early, you will get a qualification ban, and that's what happened to Big T. He will receive a qualified ban for his next race. The same goes for tier 2 and tier 3, but instead of the 1-minute safety zone, they've got a 2-minute safety zone. So if something happens in that 2 minutes, they will be eligible to restart that lobby. But all 3 tiers only have 1 restart. That's if it was a human or a driver error. After that, if it's a game glitch or something like that, then only by authorization from admins, we can restart the lobby then. If it's been done by a different driver, the race will carry on. Second rule that has come into play, if you are in a battle for a position and a car behind you is sitting on DRS behind you, or there's a DRS zone coming up, the driver in front is not allowed to get off the throttle, move to the side, and get behind you to get that DRS advantage. That will be seen as unsportsmanship, code lack of conduct, or unsportsmanship, and that will also be penalized by a qualification ban for the next race. Oh, Ghataya just got it sideways there, but nice catch from Ghataya. But yeah, that's the 2 new rules that came into play. The guys has been notified about it, and yeah, it is what it is. That rules needs to be implemented. Because if one guy does it, the next guy will do it, and then, yeah, I will get so many DMs, and I can only handle so much trouble. Well, not so much trouble, it's so much complaints about it. So that's why I had to take immediate action to bring in that rules. So, like I did say, if one guy does it, the next guy will do it, and so on, and it will a domino effect or a chain reaction. The next moment you'll see 10, 15 guys will do the same move, and that will be seen as unsportsmanship, like of conduct. Yeah, well, that was a mouthful. So yeah, quickly, I forgot about this, so we're going to just have a look at the constructors and the championship standings. Let me just take that off quickly. What is this? This is the current constructor standings as of Imola last week. Mercedes standing on 182, Kicksauber 155, Racing Bulls also, Red Bull, sorry, also on 155, Alpine 137, Haas is 127, Racing Bulls is 119, Aston Martin 81, Williams sitting on 73, 49 for Ferrari, and McLaren, they're sitting on 13. Right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. Currently, it's a tie between Don and Wheeze. Both of them sitting on 129 drivership championship points. Yeah. Followed by Storming there with 122. Chris Jackson on 90. Thomas 87. Thomas, if I remember correctly, that is Soaking Eye, if I'm not mistaken, but I need to change that. Keegan 83. Level 7 75. Skilly 53. Destroyer sitting on 50 points. Quibus sitting on 49. Katay is 36, Big T 35, Osman on 33, Gunner 32, Quaha 26, Glitch 13, Quasimodo 11. The rest of the guys down all the way down from P18 to P22 are all reserve drivers, and they also have gathered points on this track. Oh, not this track, but this tier 1 point system. Phew. Where are we? Lap 26 out of 33. What's it? About 8 laps remaining? Maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh. It's not for the kills. Massive gap between Wheeze and Storming there. I just saw them Soaking Eye just overtake. Storming just overtake Soaking Eye. Right, the reason for Malumi, he just actually started driving with us. He joined us this week. So that's the reason why he's only getting points for this race for the first time. He hasn't been driving with us. This is his first race with Fusion. I hope that makes sense to you, Spikes. But looking at Malumi, he's going to give Don and Wheeze a run for their money. Because it's a new contender that came in. Right, penalties. Of course, they're 3 seconds for Wheeze. There's a massive gap between Wheeze and Soaking Eye. I think it's about 12 or 13 seconds, so Wheeze should be safe with that 3 seconds. Getaye Levy there on 6, Mauri on Black on 3, Quacha 3, France Herman also sitting on 3 seconds of penalties. Lola. Within 5/10 of each other, trying to break that slipstream. Surely we can put this on for now. A little bit of car info for everybody, and the DRS battery life. Right, Malumi Jonas left side is taking a beating here. 40 and 43% on the front and back. on the left, and on the right 14 and 24%. Let's see what the top 3 speed is still. Quibus 347, Quasimodo 346, and Don Pedro with a 345. Of course, yeah, with the new 2026 DLC pack, 5 laps to go. Sorry, I was saying 8, but it's 5 laps. So, I wanted to mention, there is also a new track called Madrid that will be launched with the 2026 DLC. Spain will have 2 tracks in the 2026 series. Madrid and, of course, Barcelona, the current track we got. The guys are driving. So I can't wait for that to be released. And I know our wonderful sponsors, of course, Apex Academy. I have spoken to Big Weez and Big T and Weez regarding what's happening with the 2026. The guys said to me they will be still helping the guys on 2025, but their full focus will be starting to go on the 2026 DLC and setups for those cars, to help our tier 2 and our tier 3 guys with a nice sponsorship deal. If you don't know about it, where the hell have you been? Of course, Apex Academy is sponsoring our tier 2 and our tier 3 with a nice overlay package. The winners of tier 2 and tier 3, of course, that's per track, get a can choose between either a setup or a 1v1 coach of a track of their choice. And kudos to Weez and Big T for sponsoring those guys. Of course, there's also a package deal for our winners of Series 8. There's a package set up for them. P2, P3, it's got a discount code. Well, not a discount, a certain percentage that they will get off their purchase price if they get hold of Big T and Weez to help them with setups and stuff. So yeah, that's a nice sponsorship of them. But of course, our tier 1s are driving for a sponsorship from Racer Ray himself for the full package for 1 year. Of course, Don Rubico won it last season, and between Don and Weez, it looks like these two guys are battling again, or battling for that package or that sponsorship deal. There is a bit of a catch if guys like that's on apples or something like that. Please don't quote me on that. I don't know how to pronounce that, but there is certain ways to overcome that. So don't be scared if you got a MacBook. Sorry, MacBook is the correct term. If you got a MacBook or a MacBook Pro, there is certain ways to overcome that. I'm just not sure. I'm not that tech savvy. But yeah, guys on PS5s, Xboxes, PCs, of course, that will work for you as well. There is a huge demonstration video in the Discord channel. Sorry, I'll answer you now. There, Spikes. There is a huge package or a video in the Discord channel, of course, for everybody to view and help them set up their overlays. Okay, yeah, it was alright-ish. Thank you very much for that, Spikes. And how was your birthday yesterday, Spikes? You bugger. Putting me on the spot here. Right, 2 laps to go. Of course, Malumi, Don Rubico, and Weez battling for this P1 and 2. Unfortunately, Weez can't battle for that P1 position. He knows he's got P3 in the bag as long as he stay within more than 3 seconds, but 16 seconds behind him. I'm sure Weez is safe with that penalty. All right, so quickly we're going to run through the field there. Of course, Malumi Jonas P1, Don Rubico P2, Apex Wheeze P3, Storming Thunder battling with Soaking Eye for P4 and 5. Clearly there in P6. Quibus and level 7 battling it out for P7. Of course, Destroyer running his own battle here, minding his own business, his own race in P9. Then we got Getaye Libby in P10. Then we got Owe Glitch P11. Of course, Moose Nam there in the P12. In the P13, Maori All Black. Quagga there in P14. Quasimodo P15. And last but not least, Franz Herman in P16. Right, jumping aboard the leaders quickly for the final lap. The question is, will Malumi Jonas stay in front of Don Rubico, or will Don pull a rabbit out of the hat and overtake him in a corner somewhere or on the straight? You guys can see he's busy recharging their batteries for this last bit of straight here, the last DRS zone, where there's a possibility of overtake from Don Rubico's side, but it doesn't look like it. A little bit of a lockup on Malumi Jonas. Of course, Malumi, well done, brother. I think, well, I'm a little bit premature on that. Congratulations. But yeah, I am 100% sure you will take the win for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Your winner for tonight, Malumi Jonas, Don Rubico, and Wheeze P1, 2, and 3. Let's see, P4 of Storming Eye. Of course, they're was chased down by Soaking Eye, but I don't think there will be enough time for Soaking Eye to catch up to Storming to have a photo shoot battle out. What a race, guys. Right, Skilly there finishing P6. Quibus P7. Level 7 P8. Destroyer P9. Glitch P10. P11 Moose Nam, P12 Getaye Libby, P13 Getaye Libby and Moose. Yeah, Getaye Libby just jumped out of the car as he crossed the line. Unfortunately, that will render him a DNF. Let's hope RLT picks it up. But yeah, Getaye Libby jumped out of the car as he crosses the line, and the game sees that as a DNF for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, congratulations to Malumi Jonas, Don Rubico, and Wheeze. So yeah, let's just see who the DOTD is quickly before everybody leaves. DOTD is Destroyer. Oh my word. Let's see if this works. Of course it won't work. Force visible. Here we go. Malumi Jonas, Don Rubico, and Wheeze. DOTD is Destroyer. Well done to you guys. Let's just have a look quickly. Where is my Discord channel? Right. Malumi. At Don. At Wheeze. At Destroyer. We go to C1. Right, let's see who will come in for the interviews. I'm just going to port over to this. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Let's bring that a bit down. Hopefully that will be fine. And let's have a look when our winners will be in. If not, it's going to be a quiet night for me in the booth. I'm going to keep an eye out when the guys I see Destroyer's in. Let's bring Destroyer over to streaming 1. Right, I have Destroyer, guys. Destroyer, I'll be with you in a sec. Right, Reese says, please excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather. So yeah, I don't think it looks like he won't be in. Right, Don, don't see any communication from Don. We'll give it another minute or two. Malumi, join us. Let's see, he is busy typing. Unfortunately, he says he has to join an online meeting, so he won't be able to join for interviews. Right, and no, Don, I'm going to give Don another minute or a few seconds. If not, then it will only be Destroyer for tonight. Of course, your DOTD for tonight. So yeah. Destroyer, just give me a shout out there. Just want to check if your vocals are picking up.
I'm here.
Alright, super. Got it. Doesn't look like Don wants to do an interview. Alright, Destroyer, since we are alone here, first of all, congratulations for the DOTD of tonight. Quickly take us through your race. How was it? And please, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thanks, and good evening to everyone. Quali didn't go very well. It normally doesn't go very well for me on this track in any case, so second last started. Then it was just sticking my head down, making all that I can do, lap for lap. Made up a lot of positions. For a couple of laps there with Getaya, we were battling for a very long time. He gave each other a lot of room, or he did at least for me, so thanks for that. We didn't write each other off. So yeah, that's sort of where we got to, is just sticking it out, making the best that I had at that point in time.
All right, super. Can you maybe elaborate for the people or the viewers what happened to Getaya? Because I saw since the start he just pulled off the road, and maybe you know something that we as the viewers don't know about.
Yeah, so it was weird. He caught up at one stage, and then we had a bit of a fight for a couple of laps, and then once I just broke the DRS with him, he picked up another 3-second penalty, taking him to 6th. And after that, he just dropped back. So I'm not sure what happened. I'm also not sure what happened at the start of it.
I really would like to find out. So, Getaya, if you watch this, please send me a message. I really want to know what the reason was why you went off track, because you had me as well as the viewers baffled on why you did that. But yeah, anyhow, enough blabbering. Anything else, Destroyer, that you want to say to the viewers? Maybe say hello to somebody special there.
Unfortunately, the wife doesn't watch, otherwise she will ridicule me every time after the race.
Aren't we all in the same position?
At least that's one thing she gives me, to say go enjoy it after a long day of work. So yeah, nice to sit and relax at the races actually, and to enjoy it from that perspective. So yeah, but thanks for what all you guys do and arranging the league and making sure that it runs always smoothly.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Destroyer. Please, guys, if you want to race with us, there is a link in the Discord channel. Not the Discord channel, in the description channel. Click on it. It will bring you directly to the Fusion Discord channel, and send us your qualifying or your time trial times, and we will slot you in a position where you need to be. So, firstly, I want to thank you, Apex Academy, for sponsoring the Tier 2s and Tier 3 guys. With that wonderful sponsors, I'm sure those guys are happy and smiling all the way. I know some of the guys, or the last few wins, from, I think it's tier 3 or tier 2, but I think it's more tier 3. Yeah, sorry, it's tier 2 that keeps his tally for the 2026 DLC. Of course, Racer Race Sim Racing with all these lovely overlays that he sponsors us with. I mean, without that, we won't have any of this nice info that we can give to our viewers and info for ourselves. Of course, the guys from LNA number plates, of course, helping us with some nitty gritty stuff. All the extra overlays we can't get to, they help us with, and they send it to us. Guys, whenever down in the Eastern Cape, Kucha area, and you've got something you want to print or do or whatever, go to LNA Locksmith. They do keys as well. They've got a 24-hour locksmith business, and they will sort you out. So, guys, from my side, in the absence of Mr. Clinton Cole, I'm going to greet you, and we see you next week, Wednesday, on Las Vegas, the famous track of United States. So for me, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say cheers, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.